today's session is about introduction, installation, and upgradation of Nagios XI. So, what is Nagios? Nagios is available in two different variants, basically as Nagios Core and Nagios XI, where Nagios Core is open source and free of cost, whereas Nagios XI is an enterprise version. So, Nagios is an IT infrastructure monitoring tool with the help of which you can monitor almost any device in your network. So Nagios XI itself uses Nagios Core as a base monitoring engine, but it provides you with the vast features and functionalities. So Nagios XI comes with a simple monitoring wizard that helps to configure almost any device in your infrastructure in few clicks. So why we use Nagios? So it's said like if you have a device and that device having IP address and is able to communicate to Nagios, so Nagios can monitor it. Nagios XI basically supports agentless approach and agent-based approach. Depends on your infrastructure requirement. So in a huge IT infrastructure where there are hundreds or thousands of devices can be your Windows server, Linux server, any network device, router, switch off, firewall, any applications running SAP, DB, anything. So to monitor, to keep an eye on that becomes very tedious task. So if something goes wrong with any of these device or applications, say if your Windows server goes down, so it's not possible in those huge IT infrastructure to keep an eye 24/7 and to be that much accurate. So suppose you have some services running on some server which are critical to some application and that services stops. So how you will come to know? If you will come to know, that too will become very much delay. So up to that your business might get affected. So to overcome this, Nagios can be deployed here in your infrastructure. So now what Nagios does is Nagios does 24/7 monitoring on all these services and device failures. If something goes wrong, it immediately sends you an alerts in the form of SMS or email so that you can take a necessary or corrective actions. So before installing a Nagios in our infrastructure, there are some prerequisites that needs to be considered. So Nagios XI highly recommends and will only support installation of Nagios XI on a newly installed or clean system. That is a bare minimal install with nothing else installed or configured. So in the server which you are planning to install a Nagios, it should only have Nagios and it should be dedicated to Nagios. No other applications should be running on that server. So what operating systems Nagios can be installed? Nagios XI is currently supported with the following Linux distributions, both 32 and 64-bit installations. So RHEL 607, CentOS 607, Oracle Linux 67, Debian 89, Ubuntu 14.16.18 and LTS. Okay. So apart from this, if you are willing to install Nagios on your Windows machine, direct install is not possible. You need to have Hyper-V or VMware running on your Windows machine. Inside that Hyper-V or VMware, you can install Nagios. Nagios provides a OVO file which you can directly import to your VM. Otherwise, you can install CentOS or Red Hat, any such Linux distribution in your virtual box, and in that you can install Nagios. But direct installation to Windows Server is not possible. Apart from that, hardware. If you go to hardware requirements for monitoring 50 devices and 250 services, we need 40 GB of hard drive space with 2 CPU cores and 4 GB RAM. Similarly, if we are planning to monitor more than 500 hosts or nodes with more than 2500 services, 120 GB of minimum hard drive space with 4 core CPUs and minimum of 8 GB RAM is required. So this is the minimum required. This might get changed based on. So this hardware requirement strongly depends on the type of services and devices you are monitoring. So coming out of this, if it is much required to have internet access on your server. If you are planning to install Nagios XI on your server, internet availability is must. That is, it should be reachable to internet, because by installation it will download many dependent packages and install it at runtime. So let's move forward and see how to install it. So for installation, I have one virtual box running with me. Its IP is 11.148. Let me take a putty access of this. 68.11.148. Log into it. My password is okay. Now let us see. So this is CentOS 7.6. Its IP 11.140. Let me switch to /tmp. Now let us see how to install it. So you need to go to your browser and type Nagios XI manual install. Once you open it, you will find this link PDF link. Okay, open this one. So once you open this, scroll down to the section where you find manual download. So I already did this. For this you require very minimum of Linux knowledge. Let us download the tar file. So wget is the utility to download any package from web. So this is the link, and this link will always contain the latest Nagios XI version. So you can always download it from here. So now we will follow other steps. So once it is downloaded, what we need to do is we need to extract the tar file. So we will extract this archive once it is downloaded is complete. Our XZF, by this name the tar file is downloaded. So we extracted it. Once extracted, this folder is created. Let's switch to this folder. Once we are switched to this folder, we will find this script. So this script alone is sufficient to install Nagios XI in your server. So after executing this, it will prompt you for yes or no. Just press yes. Once you have pressed Y, it will take minimum of 20 to 25 minutes for installing Nagios XI in your server. So once the installation is done, it will provide you with the Nagios XI URL. So you can use that URL, open the URL on your web browser, and you are done with installation of the Nagios. So let us wait for some time. Meanwhile, just be patient. So it will take minimum of 20 minutes if your network speed is too good. But it goes by 25 to 30 minutes at least for me. Downloading and installing at runtime. So that is the only reason it takes time. We will wait for some time. Nagios XI uses MariaDB as a database. It is generating SSL key 2048-bit long. So it's secure also, providing an extra layer of security. for the information that is transferred between Nagios and your device. Here it is installing all the wizards. So now it's installing Mongo database wizard that will help you configuring Mongo database in few clicks. Like you need to provide just a database uh, IP of your database, host name of your database, user password, and all your parameters will be monitored. So config wizards is one of the most powerful thing that Nagios XI provides us inbuilt feature. So it's about to finish the installation, importing some wizards. Almost installation is done. There are some okay. So yeah, Nagios XI installation complete. You can access the Nagios XI web interface by visiting this. So let us copy this. Open this URL in your browser. Installation is not fully complete, so here it will show this page where we need to confirm our program URL, your time zone. I'm okay with UTC 5:30 Kolkata English. If you have SSL thing in your browser, you can use check it. Otherwise, next. When in next, you must make sure to change your password. I will change it to Nagios admin. My user is Nagios admin and password is Nagios admin. I can change my this full name and email address, but I'll keep it as it is. I'll click on finish installation. So once you click on finish installation, your Nagios XI will install completely and it will prompt you with the user and password for your web UI login. So this is your user and password. If you want, you can copy it somewhere. Nagios admin. So this is my user and password. You need to select license agreement. Agree on this. You can take a tour by clicking on next. This is the primary navigation menu, allows users this and all. I'll end the tour for now. So here you can see one host is added, and for that host these are the services. Okay, so this, which host is this, guys? So this is the local host that is configured by default when we install Nagios Xi. Localhost means or this server, Nagios server. Okay, how we will come to know? Let us see what is our swap usage. So swap usage used is 1, total is 2047. Let us see here. Let's open localhost. We click here, all these services to localhost will show. So this is swap usage, and it is 2046 MB used out of 2047 MB. You can see here total is 2047 and used is 1 MB and free is 2046. 2046 free MB out of 2047 MB. So these are the pending. It will show here. These are all the services belongs to this host. This many all services will have 4 states: okay, warning, unknown, and critical. All host will have 3 states: up, down, and reachable. Okay, all the services which are not yet checked will be in pending state, because all the services have 5 minutes of check interval. Every 5 minutes services are checked. So this might take some time of 5 minutes. So now only 2 services are left in pending, which we can see here. If we want, we can do force immediate check if we can't wait for 5 minutes. And now only one is left. So let me do force immediate check for this. This is the total processes service. So what are the total processes running on this server? You can see here. That you can see, notice is a trial copy of Nagios Xi will expire in 60 days. Purchase a license or enter a new license key. Okay. So once you have installed it, and if say some upgrade is released, so where you can go to admin, and then you can search for check for updates. Here you can check for updates. For checking for updates or doing any updates on Nagios Xi, there must be an internet connection available on that server. So if there is some available check updates available, it will list out here. You can click there and simply update it. Otherwise, if you want to go from terminal, what you can always go to cd/tmp, and what you need to do is you need to download the same package from same link. Once it is downloaded, you can use the same command to untar it using tar. Once it is untarred, you can switch to Nagios Xi. So for installation, guys, here is the change. For installation, we used /full install, but for upgrade, we will use /upgrade. Do not run full install on already installed. If Nagios is already installed, because it might flush out your existing configuration. So always run /upgrade. So running /upgrade takes time usually, but as we are already running with the latest version 5.5.10, this will not take much time, and it will just check if some updates are available. Otherwise, it will simply check the configurations and finish up. So this is how we can do our installation and upgradation of Nagios Xi with a single script. It is not a big challenge for installing Nagios and upgrading Nagios. Once the upgradation is done, you will find the status at total warnings errors are 0, return code 0 means it's okay. So now you same URL you got here also, copy this URL, you can open this URL here, and you will get the log out from here and log in from here. Okay. now we are logged into. We can always see the version which we are running on here, and if we want to check for the updates, we can click here. We can always, so if any updates are available, it will show you here. Otherwise, it will show up to date. Your Nagios installation 5.8 is up to date and no upgrade is required. We will see you again in our next video with more interesting topics. Thank you for watching.